We will see how Chintu uses some locally found resources to set up a number of science experiments for learners in grades 4, 5, and 6. In this experiment, the learners will be exploring materials and energy, a topic from the integrated science curriculum. To help focus the learners' attention, Chintu will set some questions related to the experiments that she is planning. The learners will need to observe the experiments carefully so that they can answer the questions. Chintu asks the learners the following questions. How can we use energy to change a solid into a liquid and a liquid into a gas? Chintu wants to see whether the learners can apply what they have learned.
What do we need to do for this to start boiling? We must put it on the brazier. We can all get up and just come and pip to see if it's beginning to melt. Is it beginning to melt?
Yes.
It's beginning to melt, huh?
Yes.
So it becomes a liquid. So we move from a solid state. When we apply heat, it becomes a liquid like this. So now what happens when the ice melts and it becomes water? What happens next? What happens when it starts boiling? Yes?
It turns into gas.
It turns into gas. Fantastic. So we're going to give it a few minutes just to wait for it to turn into a gas. Huh? We need to be able to see that. But are we able to grab onto this gas?
No.
Is it something that we can see with our eyes? Can we see gas with our eyes? No? But will we be able to see it when it boils here?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just give it a few minutes and then we see if it turns into ice, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we have seen in the pot that our ice has melted. Do we see that?
Yes.
It's all water?
Yes.
Okay, so we say that we need it to turn into a gas. We have to put it on the brazier where there's heat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if we want this water to boil faster, what do we need to do? Yes?
Put more charcoal.
Put more charcoal? Yes, we could put more charcoal. What else can we do?
Okay, get the lid.
Yes, we put the lid on the pot. Why? Why should we put the lid on the pot?
Because vapor can go.
Okay, so we're trying to reduce the amount of heat that's going out, right? Okay, so we want to contain the heat in the pot, aye?
Yes.
Okay, well done, thanks. What do we see?
Gas.
Gas. What else? What do we call gas in this state?
Vapor.
Vapor. What else? Apart from it being gas, apart from it being vapor, what's the other word we can use?
Evaporation.
That is a process. Good word. What else? It's steam, not so? This is steam. So we get gas. When we heat something, that steam that's coming out is called our gas. So when it goes into the air, can we see it? Can we feel it when we do that? Let's try. Let's try. I can feel it. Is it possible that I can feel it and you can't feel it? It's not possible. Huh? Okay. So when we have something that is in its gas form, we cannot feel it. Okay?
She will therefore test them by asking them if they can work out how to reverse the process that they have just experienced.
We've talked about turning a solid into a liquid using heat. Huh? Okay. Then what's the third thing we talked about? When we change something from a liquid, when we apply heat, what do we get?
Gas.
We get gas. Fantastic. Now, is it possible to do this the other way around? When something is in a gas state, we then take it to a liquid state, and then we take it to a solid state. Can we do that? Is it possible? Okay, let's do something just quickly, just to show you that it's actually possible that you can turn something from a gas into a liquid. When we put back our pot, and we see it boiling, we've seen this at home, huh?
Yes.
When water is boiling, what happens when you lift the lid? What happens? You have that. So that was gas it hit onto the onto a cold surface, which was the lid, and turned into a liquid. Huh? That's condensation. Okay, so when this liquid is collected into a little bottle and we put it in the freezer, what would happen?
It becomes cold.
It becomes cold, and then from being cold, what happens? Yes?
It becomes solid.
It becomes a solid. It becomes a block, ice block. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, well done. So to summarize our lesson today, let's look at the words we've written on the board. When something is in a solid state, we can heat it to turn it into a liquid. Then when we heat the liquid further, it turns into a gas. Okay?
Yes.
The same process can be reversed when you have something in the gas state. When it hits a cold surface, it turns into a liquid, and then that liquid can be put in a freezer and turns into a solid.
With a simple charcoal brazier, a pot, and a bottle of frozen water, Chintu was able to demonstrate the concept of how, by applying energy, heat from the brazier, it is possible for a solid to be transformed into a liquid and then into a gas.